Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Rama Hare
Rama Hare
Rama 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 Hare Hare. I welcome all the devotees for today's Bhakti Shastri class. I request all the devotees to keep their video on so that we can have a good interaction. So today's lesson is the second part of 6th chapter. This is lesson number 11. So today is the 11th day of our study. By taking the blessings of founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, Shri Radha Govinda and Gauranitai, let us start our study of Bhagavad Gita. Shri Radha Govinda ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. First unit, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1 to 6. Today is lesson 11. Chapter 6, that is 34 to 47 is today's session. What we did in the last class, we have seen the importance of controlling the mind. A controlled mind is like the friend, and an uncontrolled mind is an enemy. And mind, if it is not controlled all the time, it should be considered as enemy only. And Ashtanga Yoga practice, how to practice Ashtanga Yoga and its impracticability or impracticality. How it is not possible to practice in this material world at this Kali Yuga. It's very difficult. So that is Ashtanga Yoga, modern age. What are the difficulties we have seen? And in Krishna conscious principles, how Ashtanga Yoga is automatically followed. That is the final goal of yoga is to meditate upon the Lord, and that is achieved in the Krishna consciousness automatically as a byproduct. And Krishna and Srila Prabhupada purports and lectures of the yoga system described in Bhagavad Gita, which reflects his mood and mission. This is what we have seen in the previous session. Now today, continuing with the remaining part. So first 9 shloka is talking about yoga rurukshu and yoga ruda practice. Then in the next step, it is the stages in yoga practice up to samadhi. Then realization of Krishna as the super soul, that is in the dhyana state. Then Arjuna is rejecting the Ashtanga Yoga claiming that it is not possible. And it is not possible in Dwapar Yuga, and it will never be possible in Kali Yuga also. And today's part is destination of this unsuccessful yogi. Whenever we practice yoga system, everyone may not be able to complete the process. So what will happen to such kind of people? That is, it is specifically speaking about the Bhakti yogi. A person who practices Bhakti yoga, if he is not able to complete it, then what will happen to him? And what is the who is the topmost yogi, or what is the topmost yoga system? This is today's discussion. So the session begins with Arjuna's question. What Arjuna is asking here? Can I have any volunteers? Muralidharan Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection in mysticism?
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. In this place, here Arjuna is asking Krishna. Now somebody has taken to Krishna consciousness or any other yoga system, but he is not able to complete it because of some difficulty. So what will happen to him? When a person comes to yoga, he has to give up so many material desires or material enjoyment he has given up. And now here, after coming to spirituality, he is not able to achieve the happiness even in spiritual life. So in both places, he is going to lose the things. He is lost both places. So in one sense, you can say his entire life is a waste, because he has not enjoyed the senses and he has not enjoyed the spiritual life. So what is the gain? Arjuna is asking here. This is very important question, because when we take to Krishna consciousness, first of all, we will not have a strong faith that Krishna will take us, or Krishna will help us, or I can achieve the perfection here. And what if I don't achieve perfection? Or what if I fail in my endeavor? So that kind of questions, such kind of questions are being answered here. Krishna is answering such kind of question asked by Arjuna. Now what Krishna is asking? Sureshwar Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. O mighty armed Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a raven cloud with no position in any sphere? Bhagavad Gita 6.3 to 37 and 38. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So here Arjuna is asking, it's a raven cloud. When a cloud gets separated from the main cloud, so when the cloud is all together, it can give rain. But if they get separated, then that cloud part, a small part of the cloud will be carried away by the wind, and it can't produce rain. It is just roaming in the air, in the sky. It can't produce any effect. Similarly, a person giving up the material successful life and taking to spirituality, and if he fails here also, because this is not very easy process, spirituality, as of if you take the Ashtanga Yoga or any other process, it is very difficult to follow. So here also he fails. So is it not like a cloud separated from the main cloud? So it's a raven cloud. So what will happen to such a yogi? Who will be responsible for him? So this is Arjuna's question. Arjuna is asking this question on all our behalf. Yoga Bhrashta, such people are considered as Yoga Bhrashta. Yoga Bhrashta Abhijayate. Shri Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Purvabhyasena teneva hriyate hya avasyopi saha jignasur api yogasya. By virtue of divine consciousness of his previous life, he automatically becomes attracted to the yogic principle even without seeking them. Bhagavad Gita 6.44. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So what happens to the such kind of people? Nothing is lost. So if somebody has practiced Krishna consciousness, then in the next life he will get another chance to continue wherever he has stopped. There is no loss by virtue of the divine consciousness of his previous life. That means it is talking about the next life. If I have practiced Krishna consciousness in my previous life, automatically he will get attracted to yogic principles or the practice of the spiritual life, even without seeking them. This we can see practically. Sometimes people can easily practice spirituality without any difficulty. Even small children also, they get attracted to spiritual life very easily. Even though the elders, they put so much of effort, they can't practice, but children can easily take it up. This is because in the previous life, they already have the balance that they have practiced. Now they are just continuing it, that's all. We should not measure someone's spiritual life just based on their material body. The soul within, we don't know how much practice it has taken in the previous life. So here Krishna is telling, no loss, don't worry, you can practice this yoga or the spiritual life, and in the next life you can continue where you have left, because whatever you're doing, it is very auspicious work. Deepti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhanavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Yoga bhrashto abhijayate vinashastasya vidyate nahi kalyan krit kaschit. A transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. Bhagavad Gita 6.40.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here it is considered as auspicious activity. Auspicious because he is planning for his betterment or the real purpose of life. So it is the real auspiciousness. By gaining material profit or material happiness, it can be considered as auspicious. It is called as inauspicious. What are the things inauspicious? One is the vikarma. That means a person who does forbidden activities, it is considered as inauspicious. And the marginal is the karma kanda. That means you follow the Vedic principles, but you practice it for your own personal sense gratification. That is karma kanda. So both are inauspicious. Vikarma is very inauspicious because it takes the person to hell, or it is punishable offense. It is forbidden offense. And marginal, that is karma kanda, it will not take you to the higher position. It will only help you to be wherever you are. It can take you to the heaven, then again it will bring back to earth. So just like bhutva praliyate, you have to go up and down. You can't escape the cycle of birth and death. So that is karma kanda. But what are the auspicious things? Whenever we connect ourselves to Krishna, it is called yoga. Yoga means to connect. And there are different types of yoga. Karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, and bhakti yoga. So these are the different types of yogis. These all are auspicious. If you take to karma yoga, it is good. If you take yoga, jnana yoga, that is also good. If you take ashtanga yoga, that is also good. And bhakti yoga, that is also good. So these all are called auspicious activities or auspicious yoga system. Other things, we don't have yoga here. Vikarmis or karma kanda, there is no word of yoga. But when you have this yoga, yoga means to connect the soul to the super soul, or connecting ourselves to Lord Krishna. That is karma, jnana, ashtanga, or bhakti yoga. Here anybody does this auspicious activity, inauspiciousness cannot overcome them. They will always get something auspicious only. So it is always good to do this auspicious activity without worrying about what will happen next. So Krishna is guaranteeing that you will get another opportunity to continue wherever you have left it. Sarita Kapoor Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Yoga bhrashto bhijayate. Those who are after fruitive results for sense gratification may be elevated to a higher standard of life, even to the higher planets. But still, because they are not free from eternal existence, they are not following the truly auspicious path. The only auspicious activities are those which lead one to liberation. Purport 6.40. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Now here this is talking about the karma kanda. So those who are after fruitive results for sense gratification. So either you can do it by vikarma or karma kanda. Vikarma means you encroach upon others' property, or by stealing or by any other means you take away others' property by cheating. These all are vikarma, punishable offenses. Or you may practice the karma kanda portion of the Vedas, where you can satisfy the demigods for personal benefit and get some sense gratification objects, and you can go to heaven, higher planet system. You can go there and you can enjoy according to the pious deeds that you have done. But still, they are not free from material existence. What is material existence? There are 4 things: birth, death, old age, and disease. These 4 things you can't give up in whatever place you may go within this material world. Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartino Arjuna mamupetyatu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. Wherever you may go, you can't escape from this birth, death, old age, and disease. So they are not free. They are still in the bound state. They are not actually doing the auspicious path. So what is auspicious? Here Prabhupada is saying the one which gives liberation, that is auspicious. So it may be a karma kanda or a jnana kanda or the Ashtanga yoga or Bhakti yoga. These all are giving some liberation, different levels of liberation for us. And these all are considered as auspicious activities. Now let us see the yoga ladder once more, which we have studied in the previous sessions. So in the beginning, the person is attracted to sense gratification. He will earn his money and he will spend it for his own livelihood. So just like animals, the person is working hard and earning and spending it. That is any ordinary normal life in the material world. Then when he comes to know about the higher power or the demigods who control the nature of the material world, he will try to please them, or he will try to take advantage of the knowledge how this material world is working. So when he understands material world is working by under the supervision of demigods, he will try to satisfy them through yajna or different types of worship he can make. So that becomes the karma kanda. That is the beginning where the person thinks about the spirituality, or he's just learns to obey someone who is above him. The demigods are above me. They are very powerful, and if I obey them, they will make me happy. If I do yajna, I get rain. If there is rain, I'll get food. And if there is food, I can live happily. So this is the cycle. That is karma kanda. Nothing spiritual here. Still it is in the material platform. Now when he comes to know that actually these demigods are not independent, they are not free. They are also living entities like me only, but they are having some empowerment by Krishna. That's why they are working like that. So whenever I do any karma kanda practice, it may give wrong result also, because my practice is not perfect. Then he understands who is the superior person than these demigods. That is, he will understand the Brahman platform. Brahman platform means the vision in which a person is able to see the hand of Krishna in each and everything that happens in this material world. And Jnana Yoga, through Jnana Yoga, it becomes more thick. You can see the dotted line and thick line. So in the Karma Yoga, it may start, and in Jnana Yoga, he will understand what is Brahman very clearly. Now, once he gets the Karma Yoga, he will think of satisfying Krishna through his activity, and he learn about the activities of Krishna or the contribution of the Lord in maintaining this material world, and also the temporary nature of this material world. He will get that knowledge, and he further proceeds. And how can I please Krishna more and more? Or how can I how can I get further improvement in my spiritual practice? So he comes to Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana Yoga means meditation. This may need to have this Ashtanga Yoga. So after Jnana Yoga, we may have Dhyana Yoga. And in Dhyana Yoga, what he does, he will get the Paramatma realization. That is, there are 3 realizations. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdate. So Brahman realization he has crossed. Now he has come to Paramatma realization. Dhyana vastita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yogino. The yogis are seeing Krishna, pashyanti, in their heart. That is Paramatma realization. And when he comes to this Paramatma realization, or when he come in contact with the Paramatma, he will understand the personal form of the Lord, because Paramatma has a form. Brahman has, it's like a light, or it is like an effulgence. But when he comes to Paramatma, he will be able to have personal relation with the Lord. And he will, if he is fortunate, and if he comes in contact with the devotees at this point, he will get the Bhagavan realization, or the Shadaishwarya Bhagavan, Aishwarya Samagrasya Viryasya Shriya Jnana Vairagyashchaiva. These all are Bhaga, or the opulences of the Lord. If he is fortunate enough, he will come to know about it. Then he will begin Bhakti Yoga. So Krishna is not only some energy or some controller who is maintaining us. Of course, Krishna is everything, but here Krishna is something more than that I can understand here. So here he begins to worship the Lord, and that becomes the Bhakti Yoga. And through Bhakti Yoga, person can easily remember Krishna, and the ultimate goal of life, to go back to Godhead, it can be achieved. Dhyana to Bhakti Yoga. Anybody wants to read this? Madhuri Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sarvabhuta sthitam yomam bhajate ekatvam asthitaha. Such a yogi engages in the worshipful service of the super soul, knowing that I and a super soul are the one. Bhagavad Gita 6.3. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Here it is told, when a person comes to the understanding of the super soul or Paramatma, he will engage in the service of the Lord. Here devotion or bhakti means devotional service. It is not some feeling that I get when I meditate upon the Lord. It is the service that I do. If I love someone, I am ready to do service for them. Then only the love can be expressed. So that is here told, when a person is able to meditate upon someone, then he will begin the service to them. When we serve someone, we can remember them easily, And if we don't have any personal relationships, then it is difficult to remember that person. We'll forget it. So when we become perfect in dhyana, it will lead to bhakti yoga. So bhakti yoga is the topmost yoga system. Jayanti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhyana yoga to bhakti yoga. Such a yogi turns into a pure devotee and cannot bear to live for a moment without seeing the God, without seeing the Lord within himself. 6.30 purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here it is very important. A person who can remember Krishna always, or such a yogi turns into a pure devotee and cannot bear to live for a moment without seeing the Lord within himself. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed this Mahabhava when he was in Gambhira. The devotee always wants to be in association of the Lord, or he keeps thinking of the Lord, and he is completely absorbed in the thought of the Lord. That is the Bhakti Yoga. Such a person can easily go back to Godhead. Now this is a yoga ladder. So if someone wants to begin the spiritual life, first he has to start with the Karma Kanda, then come to Karma Yoga, then come to Bhakti Yoga, this Jnana Yoga, then Dhyana Yoga, then finally comes to Bhakti Yoga. Now what if I directly come to Bhakti Yoga? These are all steps. First step, second step, third step, fourth step, like that I can go on. But I can use a escalator or the lift and directly go to Bhakti Yoga, directly jump to Bhakti Yoga. That provision is there. This will take so many lifetime. If we practice Karma Kanda, don't think that it will have a finish in one lifetime, because in Karma Kanda, a part of Karma Kanda is to go to heaven. That means one life is over. You have to go to heaven in another lifetime. And when you come back, that is another life. And like that, so many times we have to go up and down. So many lives are gone here. Then gradually, if he is fortunate, he will come to Karma Yoga. Or he will be completely in Karma Kanda. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there are many instances where Narada Muni comes to devotee, or comes to the person who is practicing Karma Kanda, and he engages him in Karma Yoga. Or then gradually he comes to Bhakti Yoga. So is this better, or if I can directly go to this Bhakti Yoga, what is the need of going all this step-by-step process? It takes so much of time, and we are not sure where we go in the next life, whether we get human body or animal body, we don't know. So what is this Bhakti Yoga? Here, person, irrespective of his age or his knowledge or anything else, he can just begin this Bhakti Yoga. He just have to get the mercy of a devotee, association of a devotee, and practice Bhakti Yoga. A small child of 1 year old or a very old person, 90 or 100-year-old, can practice this Bhakti Yoga. And what to speak of people in between. Anybody can practice Bhakti Yoga. It may be men or women or children or old, young, everyone can practice Bhakti Yoga. And that is the ultimate goal. Finally, we have to reach there only. Then what is the need for going through this Karma, Jnana or Dhyana? By practicing this Bhakti Yoga, all the lower yoga systems are achieved. Now, we'll start with the Karma Yoga. In Karma Yoga, what the person is doing, he is offering the result of his activity, karma, to the Lord. A Bhakti Yogi is automatically doing it. Whatever activity he is doing, he is offering to Krishna. Jnana Yoga, the knowledge about the soul, knowledge about the Supreme Person, the Lord, and the knowledge about the material world and their interaction. All this knowledge we get in Bhakti Yoga. A person may not be knowing how to read or write. He may be illiterate. But if he practices Bhakti Yoga, he will get the knowledge of all these things. Then Dhyana Yoga, always thinking about Krishna. Apart from the mechanical way of Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, it will facilitate our thinking of Krishna very easily. Just like mother thinks of the child, or a friend thinks of another friend. It's very easy to think about Krishna when we practice Bhakti Yoga than this Ashtanga Yoga. Now there is a activity. This is something unique activity today we are having. Perform a role play showing how Bhakti Yoga contains all the components of other yoga system. Perform a role play showing how Bhakti Yoga contains all the components of the other yoga systems. So I'll make 3 groups here. One group for Karma Yoga, how Karma Yoga gives us detachment from this material world and makes us to attach to Krishna. And also Bhakti Yoga gives the same result. That is one group. Jnana Yoga, by getting the knowledge, by practicing the Jnana Yoga, we get the knowledge of Krishna's energies and also our relation with Krishna. This is Jnana Yoga. And how we can get the same knowledge through the Bhakti Yoga. And the third group, Dhyana Yoga, sense and mind control is the goal. And a person practices Dhyana Yoga, he can easily engage senses in the service to Krishna and engage the mind in remembering Krishna. So these are the tasks for 3 groups. I'll make 3 groups. First group, whoever gets first group, they will do this Karma Yoga. How Karma Yoga is included in Bhakti Yoga. Second group will they will do a role play on how Jnana Yoga includes the Bhakti Yoga, and the third one, how Dhyana Yoga includes the Bhakti Yoga. So you can just think about a small drama where a person, you can have dialogues together. You just practice this. I will give you 10 minutes time. This time more time is given. There will be 3 groups, so 6 to 7 people in each group, and you first decide what are the different concepts that you can come forward, and then you can distribute the role among yourself, and then you can practice it once. You just have to present it for 2 to 3 minutes only. A small role play, no need of doing very big role play. If anybody has any questions in this regard, you can raise your hand and ask the question about the role play if you're not understood anything. This is the first time we are doing online role play, so we'll see how the result will be. But if you have any questions, you can ask. Even for me also, it is something surprise. I will also see how it will come out. This we do offline in Bhakti Shastri, but we don't know how it will come out online. Any questions? If there is no questions, then we'll do 3 breakout rooms. You have 10 minutes time. Now it is here 12:30, 12:32. We'll come back at 12:42. So everything is fine, I hope. No hands are raised. So the rooms are open now. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Deepti Sahu Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna everyone.
So Mataji, I have a little doubt about Dhyana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Here, I would like to request you to please clarify my doubt by mentioning, like people say that Dhyana Yoga is the part of Bhakti Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga has a mapping with Dhyana Yoga. So please try to explain me first, like how are they mapping? They both are so different when I see them or try to understand them from outside viewpoint. So kindly explain, Deepti Mataji.
Sure, Mataji. Yes, I understand, Mataji. There is a people really get confused in this, because the purpose of Dhyana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga is ultimately to achieve perfect realization. So yes, it is possible that people might get confused about it, and they always also think that, okay, I have to go step by step. First, I have to achieve Dhyana Yoga, and then only I can achieve Bhakti Yoga. But no, there are a lot of misconceptions behind this, which people have. So I'll try to cover a few points about Dhyana.
Dhyana Yoga.
Dhyana Yoga. Yes. So what we understand in today's world, in Kali Yuga, as it is also mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, we know that the people would be having short duration, and they will be even the memory would be short-lived, less span of memory also. So what we understand is people's concentration will be a big issue. And the main important thing that is required for Dhyana Yoga is the concentration of mind. Until and unless I can concentrate my mind, I cannot ultimately achieve or realize the God in any way. Either it is Bhakti Yoga or Dhyana Yoga. So Dhyana Yoga helps me to meditate, and for that particular meditation, I have to see, okay, I need a sacred place to go. I should ensure there are a few key constraints, like I should have kusha grass, and then the seating position has to be correct at particular angle. So, but all these things, in case if I see, it is not practical in today's world. It is very impractical. Even the environment, the laws, they really do not support this. And most important thing is, I can achieve this only if I have to regulate my eating and sleeping. So I should not eat more than what is required. Otherwise, it is going to it is really going to give me laziness, and dreaming will happen. So ultimately, obviously, I cannot concentrate my mind. I cannot meditate. So that is why it is meant. It is not only that. The most important thing is, when I go for Dhyana Yoga, I have to be free of desires and feelings. How can I do that? So even if I have to achieve that, ultimately, I should be at a stage where I have renounced everything and I have come for Dhyana Yoga. So these are a few important things of Dhyana Yoga, which are directly covered as a part of Bhakti Yoga. But yes, it is a process which is a bit difficult, but it doesn't say that, okay, you cannot achieve God through Dhyana Yoga. No, it is possible to achieve God, but ultimately you need to have very firm determination. The concentration of mind has to be deeply firm. You have to be, you should have firm conviction also to achieve, to meditate. So I think,
Hare Krishna Mataji, I
yes,
understand Mataji, but my problem is I'm not able to concentrate, control my desire. How will I do that?
Mataji, the best thing is to go for Bhakti Yoga in that case, because that is an escalator, So in today's world, it is not possible to go for Dhyana Yoga. That is why it is not relevant. Even Arjuna said that. And it is also partial realization. We do not say that it is not realization of God. Yes, it is, but it is partial realization. So Sri Hari Priya Mataji, could you please share your thoughts on this?
Hare Krishna Mataji. So what I understand from your conversation is, like, you're trying to say that Dhyana Yoga is a part of Bhakti Yoga, because when Srila Prabhupada told us to do the Japa Maha Mantra, we are told as devotees to concentrate our mind and do it with concentration, and we have to be doing it with total dhyan. So I think that the Japa Maha Mantra that we are doing, the concentration, is it not overlapping with the dhyan aspect of it? And at times when we are told by our Sri Guruji, Prabhupada ji, to follow the regulative principles, isn't it falling into the same category of following some regulative principles? There is also a proper structure that we should not do this. We should practice this particular aspect, the yamas or the niyamas. A partial overlapping is what I am also realizing, is that in the Bhakti Yoga it is there. And when we do this Sankirtan Yagya, which is happening in our mouth, where the sound waves which are produced by the vibration of the tongue is a kind of oblation in the mouth, Havan Yagna, and the outcome of this Yagna is the clarified. I would say that how the button is clarified, our consciousness is cleansed, and we come out as a whole aspect of our life and mind and senses. We use all of them when we do it on the japa beads. Our senses are into that process of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Mataji, I'm sorry to disturb you, Mataji, but when I'm concentrating even japa, during
Yes.
japa also, if I'm not able to concentrate, so how to concentrate during japa, Mataji?
So Mataji, what happens is it is a process which will gradually, when you try to focus, it is not a miracle which will happen in a one day. It is a practice, a constant practice. When you practice those regulative principles, when you try to get up early in the morning at 4:30, attend Mangla Aarti and all, these are small little things as prescribed by our Guru in our disciplic succession. So what happens is slowly and gradually we came into that category where we are cleansed, and that cleaning process makes us spiritual and devotional, and our path, when we succeed on a path of devotional service, and that is how we become Krishna conscious. So I think that there is a lot of overlapping which we have to practice in Bhakti Yoga with the Dhyan Yoga. They are not totally, like we would say, are different compartments. And ultimately what happens in Bhakti Yoga is a lift, where we have because we do the puja of the Archa Vigraha aspect, so we are directly elevated in our devotional service to the Bhagwan realization, where the Paramatma and the Brahman realization automatically happens. But in the case of Dhyan Yoga, we slowly and step by step, when we reach Dhyan Yoga, then you have Paramatma realization. And if you are lucky enough and you have that much time more, then only Bhagwan realization will happen. But in the case of this Bhakti Yoga, it is quick, fast. I would say it is like we have fast food these days. It is the fast process of devotional upliftment for a human being. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. You both were very helpful. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
It's a nice opportunity.
Thank
Very
you.
nice activity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So I thank all the three devotees for participation. Next, you can lower your hand, Mataji. So others can raise their hand. The second group, Sarita Mataji, Rakshita Mataji, Sarita Kapoor Mataji, and Jayanti Mataji. Okay, three people. Okay, you can unmute yourself, and
also Muralidhar and Prabhuji is there.
Muralidhar and Prabhuji also.
Yes, Prabhuji. Four people, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Our topic is actually on the this one, Gyan Yoga, the knowledge of Krishna's energy and knowledge of our relationship with Krishna. So we prepared a small little enact, and maybe we tried it, our endeavor, and so we are four of us in this group, and then it is trying to show how the Gyan Yoga is there, and how the three energies of Maya of Krishna's are there. So the three energies. Now, in a short representation, I am the material external energy. Sarita Mataji is the marginal energy, and Jayanti, correct? No, Sarita Mataji? And Jayanti Mataji is the internal energy, and Prabhuji is our spiritual master. He's a guide. He's a senior devotee. So we have prepared this. Now we
start, Mataji.
Start off here. Mataji, I have a very good party today. My son is getting engaged. Mataji, please do come. And it is going to be full of masti. Really, we have a DJ, we have an RJ, we are going to have a dance party. And Mataji, please, you are a very close friend of mine, and I invite you with all your family, with your children, and it will be real fun and will be really enjoyed. And please come and bless my son and come in that way. So I would request you to please come, and the timing for tomorrow is around, it is today actually, I know it is, it's going to be around 5 to 7 p.m. and please do come. I invite with folded hands, invite you for a great gala party in my house.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. My God, what do I do now? Well, I have not completed my...
Hello?
Yes. I got one more call. Yes, hello. Yes, Jayanti Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Good morning, Mataji. I want to invite you for a special Kirtan today. Today evening.
Okay, what time, Mataji?
We have arranged for 6 to 8.
6 to 8. Same time. Okay.
Yes, a special Kirtan is and one important information I want to tell you, Mataji. In this
Yes.
Kirtan, no, Subuddhi Damodarji is going to give online itself. You can come
Okay.
and you can attend this session, as well as you can Zoom meeting also, that we can all enjoy this Kirtan party. As afterwards we can have, and we can go around 7:30 or 8 o'clock we can leave, Mataji. I want to invite you, and I have
Okay.
invited all our team members also, and many devotees are coming, and Bhakti Viksha group members are also very, very helpful in this, arranging this party. I want you also to come to my party. Let's all join, and we can just get this Jnana Yoga sessions.
Okay. Oh, Krishna, now what do I do?
Tell
I
us.
have a call from both of them. Sarita Kapoor Mataji is inviting for a party. She's a very close friend of mine. I can't miss that. And also Jayanti Kapoor Mataji is calling for Sankirtan. What do I do? I'm in a dilemma. Let me call Mudlidaran Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I'm in a dilemma. You have to unmute. Yes. Prabhuji, I'm in a dilemma now. I don't know what I have to do. Like, I really want to, I don't want to miss the Sankirtan, but Sarita Kapoor Mataji is a very close friend of mine, and she's really forcing for the party. I don't want to hurt her, but I don't want to miss the Kirtan. What should I do?
Hey Krishna, it's very simple. I'll bring my vehicle and let's all go to Sarita Kapoorji's party and have a Kirtan there along with the participants and enjoy both
Wow,
together.
that's a great idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. We can also preach there Krishna conscious to all the people.
The guests are available to you, and maybe you could even have a Kirtan there. Plus, session can also be transmitted on Zoom, no? Like what Jayanti Mataji was telling us. I think it's simple. We will manage that. What do you say?
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, that sounds really great.
Confirm it with Sarita Mataji and Jayanti Mataji.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna, Sarita Kapoor Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, I just have a plan. Why don't you have a Sankirtan party at your house? That will be really great.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock. All of you come. Wow, so nice. It's so great.
We all will have a Kirtan party.
More than what I invited. So we have a good, fantastic Kirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for putting Krishna in the middle and
Thank you.
doing a Sankirtan and doing the party along with it. And thank for bringing prasadam. Thank you, Jayanti Mataji, to give all your monthly, all your people, all your devotees here. So ultimately, we had a big Kirtan, and probably the margin, the external energy changed to marginal, and then probably a bit to the internal energy.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna,
and we are going to achieve the Jnana Yoga also, Jnana energy also.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
I
Hare
thank
Krishna, everyone.
all the four devotees for doing the wonderful play. It was a wonderful plan also. You organized the timings very nicely. And overall, it was a good play. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Next batch, can you please raise your hand? Sureshwar Priya Mataji, Shri Priya Sampat Mataji, and Rakshita Mataji, and Karunamai Prabhu, Netravati Mataji. Oh, you have got good number of devotees. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Actually, we are 7 people, and all the people are going to say something related to Karma Yoga and connection with this one. Connect with Bhakti Yoga. How to get detached by working for Krishna. This is what we are going to say. Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Hare Krishna. It will be starting. Karnamaya Prabhuji will be starting with.
Yes, so today is the day when salary is distributed, and today I got some money. Oh my Lord, what I should do with them? I got so much money, and how I should spend on them? How I should utilize? I will give them to my family members, and they will decide. But I will give them instructions as before. Where's I need it? Hare Krishna, Sureshwari, pretty much can take money. So
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I should have some money for cooking. I have to buy vegetables and grocery from the shop. Kindly give me some amount.
Hey.
Thank you.
Okay. Shri Priya Sampadma, so please you also take money, but please don't waste them. Don't use them for sense enjoyment. Shri Priya Sampadma.
Yeah. On 24th, we have Ekadashi. So can we call all our friends and family, near and dear ones, to have some kirtan at home?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Mataji, please, we have to do prasadam.
Shri Priya Mataji, I am taking care of kitchen. I will do Ekadashi Prasadam. I'll offer it to Lord Krishna. And again, we all will partake the Prasadam after the Kirtan process. Hare Krishna.
Sure. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so Nedrut, can you also please take money? So
yes, Prabhuji.
to listen properly.
Prabhuji, we are planning for like after Kirtan, we'll distribute certain books. Rakshita Mataji will deal with that. Rakshita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So, see, now, nearby there is a school near my house and they have vacation right now. So I thought with the money, I can buy a nice laptop, projector and all that and then teach them Bhagavad Gita and then, buy Bhagavad Gita and distribute it there as well. And definitely I will help you also with the Kirtan, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Dandwandri Prabhuji, you also please take your money.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Hare Krishna. I think we got salary, and we can spend charity and some organize some kirtan. It's also a good sign, and also distribute prasadam. We can deliver for a conscious soul. You can take and can have some more, having some more Krishna consciousness, because prasadam is just like a medicine.
Yes, Prabhuji, you're telling that you have to donate for temple construction as well. Maybe you can use this money now.
You can.
Yes. Actually, my Guru Maharaj, Vyazon Maharaj, is a project from Thailand. We pitch for the temple there.
Hari bol. So this is just Pradosh Prabhuji is also there.
Yes, Mataji. All going well. Yes. For temple construction, he will contribute the money, and whatever the money we have taken from Niram Karunamai Prabhu, will spend it in a religious way. Great.
Yeah. So this was a small act that we just wanted to showcase that we are detached from the results of our activity, from doing the karma. So when we go to office and earn some salary, we are not attached to the salary that we get, the result, the fruit of the activity. Rather, we spend it for Krishna. So this way, detachment from material world, attachment to Krishna. So the results of karma yoga, we are getting it through bhakti yoga as well. Just a small attempt. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Bhakti Yoga involves all the things. Karma Yoga is how the Karma Yoga can be a part of the Bhakti Yoga. You all have played it very wonderfully. I thank all the devotees who have participated. Now it is 1:05. We can have a short kirtan. Also, I request devotees to give the attendance for today's session. And after kirtan, we can have 5 minutes break. So who will do the kirtan, Mataji?
Dhanvantari Prabhuji.
Yeah, please.
Mataji, please says.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. कृष्णा जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। यशोदा जिनकी मैया है, नंद जी का बकैया है, ऐसी श्री गोपाल को, ऐसी श्री गोपाल को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। राधा जिनकी छाया है, अद्भुत जिनकी माया है, राधा जिनकी छाया है, अद्भुत जिनकी माया है, ऐसे श्री घन श्याम को, ऐसे श्री घन श्याम को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। कृष्णा जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। लूट लूट दही माखन खाइयो, गाल बाल अंग दे लूट रहियो, ऐसे लीला धाम को, ऐसे लीला धाम को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। द्रौपदी को सुख सुख लाच बचैयो, मन से घंट को पंच चुरैयो, ऐसे श्री पधाम को, ऐसे श्री पधाम को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका नाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। पांडव युद्ध मचैयो, अर्जुन को उपदेश सुनायो, ऐसे दीनानाथ को, ऐसे दीनानाथ को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Jaya Radha, Radha, Govinda, Radha, Govinda, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Radha, Govinda,
Hari Bol, Prabhuji. Hari Krishna Mataji, thank you. Both of you together, the wonderful Kirtan. Thank you.
Thanks, Mataji.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Welcome back to the session once again. I thank Prabhuji and Mataji for the kirtan. It was a wonderful kirtan that you have done. So, shall we continue? All are back. I request all the devotees to keep their video on. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Dhyana Yoga. These are the different yogas which will lead to Bhakti Yoga. If somebody directly comes to Bhakti Yoga, all the benefits of these other yogas are included within that. This we have demonstrated by the role play. Devotees have actively participated in the role play. I thank all the devotees for active participation. Now, what Srila Prabhupada says about this Bhakti Yoga? May I have some volunteers? Sureshwar Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Factually, Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate goal, but to analyze Bhakti Yoga minutely, one has to understand these other yogas. 6.47 per part. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. These other yogas, if somebody goes through it, they will understand the difficulty and the uncertainty of the result. So when we come through those yoga, it may help us to understand the magnanimity of this Bhakti Yoga, how great or how wonderful this Bhakti Yoga is. If we perform the Yajna or the Ashtanga Yoga or Karma Yoga, these all are having so much of difficulty and the result is uncertain. We may not get the result and it is not practicable by everyone. There are so many constraints and everyone will not be able to go through it. But Bhakti Yoga is very wonderful, so wonderful that people will not come to know its value. If we get something very easily, we will not value it. So that's why Prabhupada is telling, if you want to know Bhakti Yoga, you should know what is other yogas. That's why Krishna is discussing other yogas also here. Bhagavad Gita is a complete book. It has all the knowledge. But it is emphasizing on Bhakti Yoga more because that is the direct process and it is easily. Susukam kartum avyayam. It can be practiced by everyone. If we ask someone just chant Hare Krishna and go back to Godhead, people will not accept it. They want to do some gymnastic. Oh, how can be the spiritual life so easy? No, it should not be so easy. We should give some very difficult method. Then only I will be satisfied. If you go to doctor and doctor will tell you very simple medicine, you have some problem with your health, you just change your lifestyle, you change your some food habits, all your problems will be over. Then the patient will say, no, doctor, this is not possible. You should give me some bitter medicine and you should ask me to do something very difficult. Then only I will get cured. So such people, yes, these other yoga systems are needed. They have to do so many kinds of activities. But if somebody is intelligent, then he will directly take to Krishna consciousness. If we want to identify what is gold, you can do it in two ways. One is take the gold to the laboratory and do the chemical testing and understand its property. And you can understand that it's a noble metal. It will not get corroded. And you can make ornaments out of it. And it is glittering. And everyone likes it. So that is gold. Or else you can ask your parents, your father or mother, what is gold? everyone is wearing on their body, that is gold. So easily you can understand that is gold. So there is no need of doing any experiment. Of course, none of us have done any experiment on gold. We have not taken the gold to any laboratory. We all heard only. Somebody told this is gold, so we also agreed that okay, this is gold. And if you see the properties, yes, gold is gold. If you see iron, if you make any ornament with iron, within 1 year it will get corroded and it will lose its shining nature, or its properties are gone away. But gold is, even if the gold is of grandmother's time, still it is shining so wonderfully. People are wearing. It's like grandmother wore it, and your mother might have worn, and next daughter is also wearing the same gold, because it is gold. It is old, but still it is gold. It's always good. So whether you hear it from someone and understand, or if you learn by some experiment, the result is the same. But it is not blind following. You accept it and then you practice, then you test it, then you will understand. You accept Krishna consciousness, you understand Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and you practice Krishna consciousness, then the realization comes. This is Avarohana Pantha, that is descending knowledge. Knowledge is descending from Krishna. But if the other path, that is ascending knowledge or Avarohana Pantha, in that we depend on our own strength. It all depends how good I am in acquiring the knowledge. And there will be so many difficulties, like our senses are imperfect, we are under illusion, we have cheating propensity, we commit mistakes. All these are 4 kinds of defects are involved. So defective method of testing will give a defective result. So we come to wrong conclusion. It is always better to take the knowledge from superior authority than practicing or trying ourselves. Even the modern science, we may say that we are more scientific, we believe only what we see, but actually everything goes on belief only. We say that Newton's first law, Newton's the second law, but none of us hardly have tested it in laboratory. In the classroom, we heard it and we mucked up and wrote for exam. And if somebody asks what is first law of Newton's first law of motion, yes, I know that. But have you tested it? No. And that is also belief only, no? There also you are doing belief. It is also descending. Actually, somebody has done it and he has given in textbook and he has presented it, and we take it. And if you practice it or if you test it, yes, it will work, definitely. But we don't have to work all the experiments, because if you want to make one law in science, you have to make thousands of experiments and so many hypotheses and so many assumptions. Then you can give a law or a theory or hypothesis, you can give. It takes lifetime and people get Nobel Prize for that. But everyone will not do the same effort. Everyone will not put the same effort as that of the Nobel Prize in scientist. People will just take the end result and they just use it. So there also it is descending. There also it is belief only. So why not apply the same thing in spiritual life? People start questioning when we ask them to chant Hare Krishna, how this is possible? How can the spiritual life so easy? No, this is not possible. This is not working. You must take it. When you go to doctor will give the medicine. He will give some tablets. And he will not explain you how the tablet is working. It will go to stomach and it will divide and it will do like this, all chemical reaction. Even the doctor, if he explains, you can't understand. You just eat it and get cured. When you get cured, you will get, you will realize. Then you will get the faith. So whether a scientist or a religious person, it is God. Finally, you have to understand. For a religious person, God is in the beginning. For a scientist, God is at the end. So finally, that is a conclusion. But a intelligent person, he will not waste time. You just practice and understand. So that is the importance of understanding the yoga ladder and realizing that Bhakti Yoga is the final goal and achieving Bhakti Yoga directly. Sarita Kapoor Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Direct process. So if somebody says, why shall I take advantage of this elevator? I shall go step by step. He can go. But there is a chance if you take this Bhakti Yoga, immediately you take the help of an elevator, and within a second you are on the 100th floor, direct process. Bhagavad Gita 6.46 to 6.47, Los Angeles, February 21, 1969. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada is telling, if you take elevator, you can reach 100th floor. So the elevator goes very fast. But by walking, you can't reach 100th floor so easily. And even after reaching there, you have to take rest. You can't do anything else. It takes a lot of effort. So the benefit of going there is also not achieved. The thing is here, by after taking so many paths of yoga ladder, when the person comes to Bhakti Yoga also, his heart becomes very hard. The Bhakti Yoga requires very soft heart. Finally, it is how much love we have for Krishna. If you go to Jnana Yoga, through that Jnana Yoga, we will develop Vairagya and we learn to give up these material attachments. But even after coming to Krishna consciousness, people don't take the spiritual emotions. They'll give up everything. They may become impersonalists, or they may become Mayavadis. They may get diverted. So there is a danger of falling down. And first of all, the path is very difficult. And even if after achieving the path, even after achieving the goal of the particular yoga ladder, the person will not be able to reach the real perfection. And following such process may make a person very hard-hearted, or he may come to wrong conclusions, or he may be he'll get satisfied there itself. If you practice Ashtanga Yoga, when we practice pranayama and pratyahara, person will get the Ashtasiddhis. If we really practice this Ashtanga Yoga, the Shat Chakra Yoga, all these things, he can control everything. Anima, Laghima, Prapti, Prakamya, Pishita, Vashita, all these things will come. He can become lighter than the air. He can become heavier than the mountain. He can fly in the air. He can get anything. He can go to moon, or he can control others. All these siddhis he will get, and he will become busy in displaying this siddhi to others and forget Krishna. The goal is lost. So bhukti mukti siddhi kami sakali ashanta. Krishna eva nishkama atha eva shanta. Means Krishna bhakta nishkama atha eva shanta. Means one who is a Krishna bhakta, he is nishkama. He is not desiring for bhukti, mukti or siddhi. Bhukti means material enjoyment. Mukti means liberation, or the Brahman, you are going to the Brahma Jyoti. And siddhi means to get control over others, or different energies, to different powers. Anybody going for these benefits, they all are ashanta. They can't get peace, they can't be peaceful. But Krishna Bhakta, Nishkama, he is not going for any of these. Atha eva shanta, and also he is very peaceful. So finally, Krishna says the final conclusion of this 6th chapter is Shri Hari Priya Mataji. You're muted.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yoginam api sarvesham madgatentar atmana Shraddhavan bhajite yomam same yukta tamo mata. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, you can read the translation.
And of all yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. Bhagavad Gita 6.47. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this is our goal. Always think of Krishna, never forget Krishna. So by doing this, we will advance in Krishna consciousness. In fact, the goal of all the Vedic literature, all the practices, all the rules and regulations that are given in the Shastra, that Guru Sadhu Shastra, it has only one goal. That is, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. And here also the conclusion is same. One who is always thinking of Krishna, he is the greatest yogi. Smartavyam satatam Krishna vismartavyam na jatuchit. Sarva vidhi nishedasyur etayoreva kinkaraha. Always remember Krishna. This is the final conclusion or the goal of all our studies, all our practices, japa, the whatever we do, everything is surrounding this one principle. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. But everyone will not come to devotional service directly, Bhakti Yoga. Dipti Sahu Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. If one is fortunate enough to come to the point of Bhakti Yoga, it is to be understood that he has surpassed all other yogas. Therefore, to become Krishna conscious is the highest stage of yoga. 6.7 purpose. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, 4.7. Perfect. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So one who is fortunate enough only will come to Bhakti Yoga. Others will not be able to come. And they will get diverted to other forms of yoga systems. Why people get to get diverted? Because of material desires, and they think that they can achieve something more, or they have some other intention, so they will go to other processes. If we directly give them Krishna consciousness, they will not understand the value. So such people get diverted. They want to show themselves. They want to have energy. They want to control. That's why we are here. We have the controlling tendency on others. That's why we came to this material world. And those who are still want to practice, they will go to other practices. But here, if somebody is fortunate enough to understand, or in other words, one who is very fortunate to come in contact with the devotees. Unless we come in contact with the devotees, we can't take to Krishna consciousness. It is not possible, because it is Bhagavan Sakshatkara or Bhagavan realization. Bhagavan realization happens only by the association of devotees. So one who gets the association of a pure devotee, he will easily take to Krishna consciousness. That is the final conclusion that we can have here. Sarita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Krishna consciousness is the last link in the yogic chain, the link that binds us to the Supreme Person, Lord Shri Krishna. Without this final link, the chain is practically useless. The Perfection of Yoga, Chapter 8.
Thank you, Mataji. If we don't come to Krishna consciousness, even after doing all these activities, that is Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, if we don't come here to think of Krishna, then it is incomplete, or it is useless. But if you come to Krishna consciousness, then everything will follow the same. It's like a person who has got his degree and he is not able to stand on his own. Education means it enables a person to live on his own. If somebody is not able to do that, then his education is incomplete. Similarly, the spiritual practice, if somebody practices spirituality, if he is not able to remember Krishna, or he come to conclusion that I should always think of Krishna, then the very process is incomplete. He may get some benefits, like he may get peace of mind or good health, some byproducts he may get, which will end up with the end of this body, or he may get a higher planetary systems for enjoyment, like the heaven. Then he will come back again, just like a person earned some money and spent it. So once he spends it, it's all over. Nothing remains. It's finished. Just like students may go to college and they will enjoy the college life in the campus, but they don't get the degree finally, or if they fail in the exams, then the purpose is lost. Similarly, a yoga person who takes to Ashtanga yoga and he gets captivated by the siddhis that he gets, and he gets lost there, and it will also induce him to do some sinful activities, because he is able to do so many things now. So these are the different kinds of dangers in practicing other system of yoga. But Krishna consciousness is the wonderful practice that Srila Prabhupada has given, and he has practically shown how the hippies became happy. Hippies, where they had so much of degraded life, they had all bad habits, and it was impossible to change them. There were many other sadhus who have gone from India to America during those days, and they told it is impossible to change them. They have completely gone. It is gone case. You can't change them. You can. They will change us. Those swamis who went in dhoti kurta, they started wearing pant shirt instead of changing them. They only got diverted. Such examples are also there. But Srila Prabhupada, by taking this Krishna consciousness principle, this wonderful path, he distributed to everyone, and he made these hippies also happy. So they all have become happy, and they later Indians followed them. So that is one more wonderful thing. Indians were following the Western culture. Then when Westerners started following our Indian culture, or this Sanatana Dharma, the Krishna consciousness, then our people also understood the value of it. So Prabhupada has practically demonstrated it. So with this, we have completed the Unit 1 study. Now I request devotees, you can raise your hand. Some 5 people can talk points of significant learning from Unit 1. This entire unit from first chapter to here. What are the significant points that you may have understood? You can share with others. We have still 20 minutes time, maybe 10 minutes we can take for this. Some 5-6 people, you can share your thoughts for 2 minutes each. You can just raise your hand. Yes, Dipti Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
First of all, thank you, Prabhuji, for such wonderful sessions and beautiful realizations. It really helps a lot. And Prabhuji, there are many things actually, and every person, every devotee here would be having a number of realizations and everything. The most important is Lord Shri Krishna, he never forgets us. So when it is mentioned that pratyavayuna vidyate, like even if we are doing a little service, even if we are just remembering his name, he just takes it into his account, and just as it is said, yoga kshemam vahamyam. So he really, even a little service we do for him, knowingly or unknowingly, he really takes into account, and his mercy is like Lord Chaitanya has come to bless us by giving us Sankirtan Yagya, which is the easiest thing. It's not that easy, I understand, because we have to practice, we have to concentrate. But still, as it is mentioned by him, that he is the incarnation of the merciful, merciful Lord. So that is his attribute quality which is there. So that is the best thing, Prabhuji. So I think this is one of the most important things. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much. Sureshwar Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Through Bhagavad Gita, actually Bhagavad Gita is known to all of us from the very beginning, but we never took it so seriously. But through Prabhupada's mission, we started doing little bit of reading and understanding things and all. So we understood that this particular science was delivered very long back and it was gone out of gear. And again, 5,000 years back, he has spoken it for the mankind. So through Arjuna, we are getting what we are expected to do in this particular world, and we can follow this. And from this, we will come to know we all are karma kandis basically, and how we can become a karma yogi. And through karma yoga, we can get connected with Lord Krishna. And slowly, we are getting detached from the other demigods. Now we understand that they are the part and parcel of Lord Krishna. So when the Lord is satisfied, all other subordinates also will be satisfied. Then we come to know about the yoga ladder, the various steps, and impersonalists, they are up to this one Brahman level. Then again, little higher level, that is Dhyana Yoga, will take you to this one, Paramatma, that is localized Paramatma. Then again, if you are getting associated with devotees, we will go to the highest level, and that is supposed to be the Bhakti Yoga. And if we are very fortunate, we may directly reach Bhakti Yoga, because we can have 100% faith in Lord Krishna. If you are falling, he will only bend you, but he will never break you. So he will definitely take care of us, and we can continue with our journey in the spiritual platform. And we should be able to reach at the higher realms by giving up all the Ashtanga Yoga process, directly taking up devotional service, and reach the highest level. This is what I understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you very much. Okay, so anybody else like to share, or any significant learning they would like to share? Sarita Kapoor Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranam. I just put a trial.
Yeah.
See, from the first, from how we understood this, from the first and second chapter. First thing what we understand is that the moment you are in a dilemma, just surrender it to Lord. Like Krishna did it. He said, I am under your shelter, and you give me the shelter, and I will not put my brains now. You tell me what to. So whenever we are in a dilemma, the practical example, the practical application is that we should totally surrender. जब हमारे बस में नहीं है तो आप ही संभालो सब कुछ, and just guide us the right way. So then further on, we understand that what is about the soul, what is the body, how there is a connection between the body and the soul, how we are just the soul, and it is neither to be distracted and neither destroyed, and nothing. This thing, the soul is the body, how it transmigrates from one body to the other. Then further on, we understood that it is that the body will perish, but the soul will never perish. And that will go on like this. And we are too much into the Bhog Aishwarya Prasaktanam. We are all the time engrossed into the materialistic world. And so we do not surrender. And the one who understands this and totally surrenders to Lord will get into the ultimate path of salvation or liberation. Then we say that whatever we do over here in this world is under the modes of material nature. Whatever the Prakriti is karmani, it does all the gunas will make us do the work. And we think that we are the doer. Actually, we are not the doer. We should not have the proprietorship. We have to understand that we are under the control of the modes of material nature, and no proprietorship should be there for us. Then we understood that how it in the parampara, how it got lost. And then with the parampara, when it got lost, then it had to be established. That's why again and again Krishna comes to manifest himself so as to show us the right path of the religion, so that a religion does not prevail too much. Then we understood that how we can relate to Krishna. Now, after going through this, if we understood this, then who is the ultimate creator and maintainer and annihilator? Now we have to understand that if we have to Krishna, then you have to understand his Divya form, that Janam Karam Divya. everything is divya from him. So that is why we have to be under his shelter, and one who understands can directly go to him and achieve it fully. Then we understood further on that if we have to how to get a spiritual master, and how to pay our obeisances, and how to question the spiritual master, and how pratipaten and pratiprashnen, how we have to be very humble with all humility. We have to ask the questions, and not in a challenging manner. And what is the importance of the spiritual master in our life? So, and then further on, then he says that why he came for establishing the religion, for he is for Pavitra Nam, for Sadhu Nam Pavitra Nam. He comes to establish and to Vinasham for the Dushkritam. He wants to destroy the people, those who are irreligious. And then how much we surrender to him, similar amount Krishna will be sheltering us and giving us the elevation towards his path. And finally, how to go through the yoga ladder, go to the Bhakti yoga, and how to achieve the final liberation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. You have given a wonderful overall overview of the entire session. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Muralidharan Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sarita Kapoor Mataji has already covered most of the points and thoroughly covered. I was only focusing on one part of it, that as living entities, we are victims of the modes of material nature, and the only thing that can free us from the suffering is Krishna consciousness. And Krishna consciousness brings us to understand the importance of being in the memory of Krishna, remembering Krishna, ensuring we listen to the kirtans or listen to whatever knowledge is available to us. Actually, it will reduce the impact of the material nature, and Krishna consciousness is the safety valve that frees us from suffering. That's my main point that I have derived from all these chapters.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So we all have studied Bhagavad Gita. Now we are able to understand what Krishna is speaking, what Krishna has given the instruction to Arjuna. Now Srila Prabhupada is giving some assignment for us. That is who will read this? Yeah. Somebody new person? Okay. Rakshita Mataji. Yeah, you can read.
Anyone who preaches the gospel of Bhagavad Gita to the people of the world, he is the most dear, the dearest person in the world to Krishna. So therefore, our duty is to preach the principles of this Bhagavad Gita to make people Krishna conscious. People are suffering for want of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, each and every one of us should be engaged in the preaching work of Krishna consciousness for the benefit of the whole world. Bhagavad Gita 4.14 to 19, New York, 1966. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. So Prabhupada is giving us this assignment. We have taken the benefit. Now we have to give the benefit to others. Don't keep it to yourself. Take all the opportunities, all the possibilities you can make use of, and give this Krishna consciousness, give this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to others, and make everyone happy. People are suffering and they don't know what is the cause of suffering, and they don't know what is the solution. People think that by economic development we can become happy, but there are so many countries who have already achieved it and they are not happy. People think that if I have enough food, I'll become happy, but people have it and they are not happy. But if you practice this Krishna consciousness, it is practically visible how people become devotees, and they all are happy. It is practically visible. Nobody is sad after coming to Krishna consciousness. Everyone will really come to the human form of life, or otherwise we are just living like animals. Animals also do all kinds of activities, eating, sleeping, mating, defending. And human beings also, they are struggling day and night to get some money and make their life, and one day they will go. So we should not die like cats and dogs, but we should make use of this human form of life and take advantage of this teachings of Srila Prabhupada, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, and get benefited and benefit others also. Bharata Bhumite Manusya Janma Hailayara, Janma Sartaka Kare, Karo Paropakara. So take first you accept this science of Krishna consciousness, practice it, and teach to others as well. So this is the final words of Srila Prabhupada in this session. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now, okay.